Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody had a great holiday weekend. Hope everybody relaxed and got to see some good fireworks. And here we are, Monday morning, ready to trade some futures. So I spent my weekend, my downtime, I spent my time brushing up on some trader psychology, which was interesting to say the least. So my hope today is I really want to try and apply what I learned about trader psychology. It was really talked a lot about your emotional state. It talked a lot about being hijacked by your emotions. And so I was pretty interested in that. Talked a lot about your ego, a lot about FOMO, and really I think the overarching theme was really to be in touch with how you're feeling, how you're feeling at that moment, how you're feeling watching the chart. Basically, their thought process it didn't matter how many indicators you had on your screen. It didn't matter what the charts were doing. If you can't get past how you're feeling emotionally, it doesn't matter. You could have the best system in the world, you're still going to fail. The concept of being in touch with what you're feeling right now, in the moment, is paramount. So, I think that's something I'm going to try and concentrate on. It's funny because at the moment I'm sitting here watching NQ just rip on their. Here we go, down here. It opened up 30 seconds ago, and we gotta stick to the process. It doesn't matter how we feel. We can't let our feelings dictate how we trade. So, once you have surrendered control to your emotions, you are trading not based on a strategy anymore, but you're trading based on how you feel. Everybody, me, myself included, we've all had revenge trades. We've all overtraded, hoping to make back losses. We've all increased position sizing beyond what was reasonable, beyond what our strategy, our risk management could handle. We've all done it. And so when you get tilted like that, your trading doesn't work anymore. Your strategy doesn't work anymore. So today, I spent some time over the weekend coming up with a journaling mechanism so that I could, instead of just recording pricing, I wanted to be able to record my emotions. I wanted to know how I was feeling. And just like how we look at our trades for timing, entry, exit, time of day, risk management, those tangibles, I wanted to turn these emotions into something trackable. A long time ago, somebody told me, I was probably in college, somebody told me that if you don't track it, you can't improve it. And that stuck with me for a long time. And it didn't really dawn on me that I should track how I feel. I should track my responses to how I feel. And then maybe there's some data that I can get from that. Oh, when I feel this way, this is how I trade. When I feel that way, this is how I trade. So um, I'm interested to see if there's a correlation here. Yeah, and one of the big things they were talking about is your clarity of mind, um, having a ritual if you need. Boy, this thing is just tanking, huh? Wow. Uh, Across the board, man, everything's just sinking. So, how am I feeling here? I'm watching the Nasdaq drop 60, almost 100 points on the open, 70 points on the open, 60 points, 75 points on the open. And it's like, man, I'm not part of this. Um, but everything's dropping like a rock. So we're just gonna kind of sit here and see what develops. So it's actually a pretty, on 3 minute, it's a pretty small opening range. It's only 34 points. 5 minutes certainly bigger at the 55 points. That's certainly not the. Oh, sorry. That was last day. Sorry, 75 for 5 minute. There it is. It's 55. So it looks like we immediately had a fake out lower. So maybe we avoided our first fake out, being patient. Yeah. So I really want to try this method and see if I can't get some good data on how I'm feeling. Because I've been complaining recently that I don't seem to have the confidence to get into these trades, and I think that's an emotional response from what I'm reading. When the chart and your price action and logically shows you that what you're looking at is a good trade, yet you fear to take the trade. And I think for me personally, I fear taking the trade because I don't want to be wrong. I'm a very competitive person by nature. Being wrong doesn't work with that. So I think that's also where your position sizing becomes so important. You need to have good risk management. See, like right here, my risk management, my max loss is $200 per trade, and that's where I'm willing to go, and hopefully, we'll see. I always tend to do a little less than that. I don't even trade the full-size contracts. I still trade the micros. Because the thing that you need to do is you need to become a good loser. A a good loser means that you didn't spend emotional capital. It means you didn't spend any mental capital on being wrong. You were okay with being wrong and you moved on. You know, because trading the market, it's really a game of probabilities. You know, the idea that we stack up probabilities in our favor so that we have a good trade. Um, so you know, if you have a win ratio of 50%, you know that means 1 out of 2 trades is going to be a loser. And you have to be okay with having a losing trade. You have to be okay with being red. And the thing with being red is you got to cut your losses. Hope is not a strategy. And so that is something that I want to take to heart from what I learned. So I was very inspired by what I was learning. Um, Hope is not a strategy. Be okay with losing and cut them fast. You know, if you got a stop loss, don't move it. You know, just take the loss. Which is, I agree, it hurts your ego, it hurts your identity, and you know you've become emotionally invested in your trade. You know, which you're not supposed to do. It's just supposed to be systematic. So that is what I'm going to try and practice today. I'm going to try and practice being aware of my emotions. And we'll see where it goes, man. Like, maybe it'll go someplace good. I hope it does. Uh, moving on. NQ, we still, I mean, that's a pretty low. um, so, I mean, unfortunately, everything's still an inside bar at this point. So, you know, pull it up to the 5 minute and you're still range bound. Yes. Let's see. Get rid of these. Yeah. Big opening range. Still range bound. Russell. Still in the range. Let's see. Let's gold. Maybe fake out lower on gold. Let's see, taking a quick look across the board. Not much. Copper looks like it's getting hammered. Boy, that gap down, huh? Shnikes. Alright, well, that was pretty sweet. I got some breakfast. Um, there's a protocol for eating and trading and streaming. Alright. much so far. These wicks are pretty big. I mean, a lot of indecision there. Alright, so gold looks like it's peaking up. Gold opened so low, it got down a lot. I wouldn't be surprised to see some sort of mean reversion here, but that's a big gap. Copper too. That's a big gap. Yeah, copper $5 a pound. That's insane. I got a buddy that does a lot of scrapping. He must be thrilled. Man, look at these wicks. These things are huge. 82% is wick. We might not be doing much today. Alright, so on 5 minute, still inside the range. On ES, NQ, still inside the range. Russell, still inside the range. I don't know why I don't trade the Dow. Seems to make pretty decent moves. It is a pretty low volume indice though. Alright, Russell might be on the move. Seems like there's a lot of support down at these levels. So, sitting on hands. So far, nothing going on. I guess we're just going to keep cycling through these. Let's check out 10 minute. I'm not sure that I'm a fan of this new hold to get this pop-up dialog box in TradingView. It seems to pop up at weird times. So like I was just trying to move the chart and it decided to stop moving and give me a pop-up. So I'm not sure I'm a big fan. You know, you got your status line up here. The pop-up showing you everything that's in your status line. So I don't know why they needed to add a pop-up. Not my call. All right. Russell had a big move up. Let's zoom in. All right, so you know we're getting higher highs, but we definitely let's draw some trend lines here. Ooh. And let's see, our kind of like this. Our resistance. You know, we got 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch. All right, we broke that. Well, if we can get it to keep moving, let's try and map something out. I don't know where it is just now. There it is. So obviously, or not obviously, but ideally we're looking for a high volume candle to break out of the opening range. That would give us confirmation. High volume, good candle shape, closing outside of the range. We got 2 minutes to go. I don't know if we're going to hit the average, but this is our third highest candle. Good bull shape. Second best bull shape. Let's get our reference price in. Let's see, what do we... Two contracts would be 5 points, one contract would be 10 points. So 71, so if you took it up here, that's beyond our max loss. So we gotta be down here. So if you wanted to go a 20 point, you could move over to the micros. If you wanted 20 points, yeah, see, micros, 20 points will give you 5 micros. So, and that will keep us within our risk management profile. Yeah, so 69, that would put you around, you're right around here. You'd want to see the price have some support up here for a move higher. Alright, so we got outlier volume. Bad shape though. Very bad shape. But that is a very weak candle. It's bullish, but it's very weak. So we would want to see a new high. I wouldn't trust this to put in new lows. I wouldn't trust it. You're probably going to see new lows. Russell. High volume candle. Where's that profit target up here? Alright, so for the Russell, one contract, 4 points. Two contracts, 2 points. So 2 points, 54.6. 54.6. So let's get it set up. Russell, what do you say? 2 contracts. 2 points. So it's 20 ticks. So, we broke out, but it was on decreasing volume. This big bull candle, there was outlier volume, but we want to see this get to, if we get to 54.6, 54.6, and then give us a slight pullback for an entry, then I'd be willing to buy it. But other than that, doesn't look like anybody else is moving. Let's see what we got on the 5. So on the 5, we don't have a higher high. So we would actually still be on the 5. We'd still be here looking for a pullback. See, that's 5 points. It's a big pullback. Who knows? We might get it though. So if we got 4 points. So if we did this, we did a 4 points for a single contract. 2.9. Yeah, it would only have to pull back to there. No, nothing else is really moving. Everything else is still range bound. But we still have not got a higher high, so we still need to pull back. So we wait. like watching paint dry. I was trading before the market opened in my paper account. I took a trade on ES. Did okay. All right. Nope. All right. Well, we got 40 seconds left on this candle. Um, just looking at everything else across the board. The gold's moving. I guess we'll check that out. Alright, so it looks like gold. Alright, we had our fake out low. Now we had a high volume breakout candle. Alright, two contracts, 1 point. It's got a reference price in here. So 2 points would get us to 26.80. Yes, because we don't have a higher high just yet. Well, at least on the Russell we got a higher high. Maybe that'll help us. Higher high. Four. Alright, 55.4. If this can come back down below 55.4, I'm getting in. I think I might have missed my entry. Ooh, no, close. Come on. Alright, I'm in. Alright, hopefully we can get some separation here. Alright, trying to gauge my emotions here. How am I feeling? I was green right away on the trade, but kind of hovering near our entry point. It would be nice to get some separation here. But we still got decent candle shape, but no separation. Now we're red. We still got a stop loss at our dude. Let's see, our stop is at 53.3. Not gonna move it. I'm feeling disappointed right now. We had almost $100, and now we got drawdown. Alright, it looks like we're gonna get stopped out on this one. Flirting with disaster here. What the hell? Apparently not. Alright, so my experience, if we can get back to break even, time to put in, you gotta protect your entry. Probably should have gotten out when we were up there. You know, trying to control my emotions here. Weak bear shape. let's see, analytical. Trade's not over. Still got a minute and a half to go. We are in drawdown. Volume is up there. We're starting to get a decent big bull candle. Like I said, if this thing goes green, I'm gonna protect my entry. So if I can get a little pop, I'm getting out. Come on, give me a pop. So we definitely got an increase in volume. Okay, so now I'm definitely feeling anxious. Definitely feeling anxious. Yeah, this is what I'm gonna get out here. Alright. I definitely felt anxious about that trade. I felt like the price, and of course, see, now it does this. Now it goes in my favor. But it made me feel anxious. I was definitely feeling anxious. I definitely didn't hold on to my trade. So I'm going to journal this. It was a win, right? Today, yeah. So, what's $100 winner? Let's see here. Today, let's see, it's export. Just gonna export this data real quick. I want to get this trade in. Ah. So, let's see, today's trade. Let's see, that was on the 5-minute time frame. That was the pullback technique. We almost hit our stop loss. I was confident about the stop loss location. It was definitely the right spot, and I'm gonna say it was definitely a panic close. I missed most of them, and I was definitely nervous. Look at that, man, and it pulled away. That's so disappointing. So what could I have done better? I guess I'm gonna say that was my entry timing. If I we went positive, so let's see, the trade was green right away. That then pulled back and stayed in drawdown. I was in drawdown for the majority of the candle's time. Candle's time. Then went green, and I exited the trade. Let's see. Wait for it to pull away. Okay, so in hindsight, what could I have done better? You know, I guess I needed a deeper pullback, is what I should have done. Really, only the Russell's moving at the moment. Let's see, this was a 5-minute chart that we just traded on. That's not right. Let's see, what were my executions? 10:01. Okay, so the time is when the candle starts. So 10:01. So we started in this candle. So I think that that's quite the pullback. All right, so I'm going to say that it was a bad entry. I think that I saw this Russell. It's funny. I didn't even notice it. I think I saw it jumping, and I think I was experiencing some FOMO without realizing it. Because the yeah, because I pulled up the chart on this candle, on the 10 o'clock candle, and my entry was almost at the close. On 5-minute candle, yeah. All right. So, all right. Sorry about that. Um, that is a big pullback. That's my stop loss was 2253.4. 2268.8. Okay, interesting. So that was a really interesting technique. I have to say I like journaling my trades right away, taking a moment to realize how I felt. We don't have outlier volume on this pullback, but it's certainly significant. Let's see. Looks like the other indices. So it looks like the range is providing a little support. Opening range low. Let's see. Oh, okay. So we got a big. As so second largest candle is still a red candle. We're just not outside the range yet. This I really dislike this pop-up box. I gotta figure out how to get rid of that. So we're not gonna do anything with this until we exit the range, because right now we got two candles that are sitting at support at the bottom of the range. Let's see, crude. Alright, crude broke out. So, no FOMO here, right? If the move is strong, we'll have plenty of time. No FOMO. Okay, this pop-up has to go. Yay. Boy, that was annoying. Yeah. So if I had on the previous trade, if I had a better entry and we were green right away, I mean, we flirted with that stop loss. The stop loss, I think, was in a good location, um, but we were almost taken out by it. All right, oil stalled out. Yeah, we were definitely almost taken out by that. Whereas on a 5 minute candle, we entered 1 minute into the candle. And so for the next four, basically, we went, put in a high of candle, and then we went straight to drawdown and almost got taken out. So if we had been a bit more patient, um, it's like the Russell's selling off. The Russell was the only thing making gains this morning. Still pretty low volume though. So if you will, let's see, a 10-minute chart. Let's see, what's the high? High is 60.6, 60.6. So that's an inside bar. Low. So yeah, I mean that is a low volume pullback. Let's see. Maybe we can trade that. 55, 4 points. Let's see what it does. I would put it up here. All right, there you go. Now this candle has set a. Let's get rid of this. So we have a new low. So this candle is now invalidated. So if we go into the 3 minute, zoom in a little bit. So, these are all pretty strong bulls. It's not fantastic volume by any stretch. Weak bull, sorry, weak bear, weak bull, strong bear. Let's see what we can do here. Let's see, we'll target it's a lower day. Yeah, obviously it's the opening range. Not obviously, but nothing else is moving. So 2 points, 51. Pullback would be fine too. We could do that. Pull back to. Let's see if we pull back. 2 points would have to be 54, 4. Let's see, 4 points. There's no volume behind this move though. Yeah. Certainly could have been our fake out high. Alright, so what we want to do, we want to see this thing come past this. Come back up to it, and we want to see this basically act as resistance. So 51.5 is our price reference. 51.5, and that's like spot on the money. There's no discount there. Alright, came back. Let's see, act as resistance. Did I hesitate? Oh, I did hesitate. Alrighty. Messed up. Oh. Come on, give me that pullback. Alright, I'm in. Alright, wanted that pullback. Wanted it. We got it. We got a good candle shape. Increase in volume. Alright. Increasing good shape, increasing volume. We should be able to let this thing run. Ah, come on. So I'm not gonna let this thing go red. Closed it. $10. We can try again though. So my entry was 50.3. You suck. That's terrible. Unbelievable. reposition. All right, don't give up on it. 2 points, put you at 48.5. Right? Yeah, 48.5. Okay, so we still got this. So, all right, so I think I'm gonna sit. I think we have 40 seconds left. It's increasing volume, but I think I'm gonna sit on this one. That flush down could have just been capitulation. You got 19 seconds left. I mean, this could end up being your second strongest bull candle. But good volume. Good volume, and that closed green, man. So, wow, see that is big green candles. I'm not sure where I would go from here. Okay, so I'm gonna journal this next trade. Uh, File, export. See, did I get greedy there? Was that what that was? Was I because I didn't want to, because I wouldn't let the trade go red? Was that greed or was that an ego? I was unwilling um, to take a loss. So what was that? If I was unwilling to take the loss, that's interesting. Let me journal that. Okay, so let's add another trade here. So far we got an inside bar. Okay, so all right, so we gotta. All right, so we still got good volume here. We still got good candles. All right, so let's keep this thing going. We're still going to target the low of the range. We need a 2 points, 47, 45. It's at 45.4. So maybe we need to go to a 5-minute. That's a lot of volume. All right. We're still at 45. Yeah. I feel like. Okay, feeling anxious. Right now I'm feeling anxious. This thing just pulled back quite a bit. We did not make a new low, so we're still in the pullback method. I want to check the 5. We're good. Okay. Made a new low. We're bouncing around. We miss it. 45.6. I think we missed it. 45. 20 ticks. I'm feeling anxious right now. I feel like I'm gonna miss this. I feel like it's moving too fast. That's a big pullback. The volume's really climbing too. Alright, we invalidated that last candle. I think we did. It's a high. 47.4, 45. Being there. Spot on. But even still, like, is it, like, I would need to see this thing come down. I'm not taking this. I'm not convinced. Technically, that's a low volume pullback. Let's see how the 5 minute looks. So there's your 5. You need 3 points, 4 points for a single contract. I'll put it at 46. 27 seconds to go. Single contract. 40 ticks. That's a big bull candle. But it's substantial volume. What's everybody else doing? Everybody else is still stuck in this damn range. Although oil did start moving. Okay. Feeling myself here. Feeling amped up. Need to relax. Need to take a chill pill. Step back. Getting too focused on this chart here. Okay, so let's focus on something else. I'm gonna correct my spelling mistakes. Was it my, let's see, was it my ego that wouldn't let me take the loss? Take the loss or go into drawdown. I like this. I have to say, I do like. I do like journaling my thoughts. Let's see. There's a low volume pullback. I did not record my R's. Okay, but we're doing good. So on the 5 minute, we still got a pullback for me here. I don't know if that's a reversal. I mean, I suppose that's higher highs. You know, it is almost 11. There was a lot to journal at. I think I'm going to call it quits for the day. For now. resistance here. So even, let's say this wasn't a reversal, right? Let's say it's going to go back down. We don't need to catch the top. Let it prove it to us that it's going to head back down. Or make a new high and prove it that it's a reversal. Let's get some confirmation here. You know, on the 3 minute, you can see over here we've had 3 green candles. But yeah, we're just stuck. Not that we're stuck, but we have to keep waiting. We don't have a clear signal here. Oh, now we do. Okay. Oh, so 50.3, 50.4. So it barely, there we go. Alright, so we got a reversal. Let's target the high day. There we go. Let's see, 2 points. 52. I'm going to have to zoom in on this. So we already had a pullback. Now we're up here. We need to wait for the next candle. Because we need this thing to finish green up here. We need a strong bull candle, but we've already had a pullback. Yeah, there we go. So we can get closed. We can close above 250. That would be good. Got good volume. We have an increasing volume. Let's see, oil just took a dump. Oh, look at that, it went red. It's a strong bear candle, man. Okay, so we're these bears definitely seem like they're still in control. That was just, I mean, five, 2 points. need to pull back. Come on, come on. We still got 2 minutes to go on this candle, so it's either gonna be a massive candle or it's gonna pull back a little bit. Maybe it's just gonna be a massive candle. Let's get that on. 47, where are we? Like to see a pullback there. We got 5 seconds. I'm gonna wait it out. It's a pretty weak bull. It really needs to make a new low. Yeah, I've kind of missed this setup. Looks like everything else started moving as well. Let's see, maybe we can look at something. Looks like S&P is below its range. It broke this down, so oh, damn it. Okay then, let's see, we're at 2 points here. 93. Sorry, 90, 92. No trades yet. Still haven't had a good entry. I had a trade on the Russell, but I didn't take it. It was high volume, but it was a weak shape, and so I didn't trust it. So the Russell it's hanging around the low, the opening range low, whereas the S&P has broken and it had some consolidation here. So I'm kind of looking for a pullback, 92.50. It just touched it. I missed it. Nasdaq's moving. I don't want to trade NQ. It's too big. Alright, we got somewhere on the Russell. We need to target. Where is it? Holy shnikes. J Buzz. Oh, what happened? Fifteen, 10 points would be five. got nothing. I got nothing. It's 11 o'clock, so all right. We got a new high. We got outlier volume again. We got now it's increasing. Okay. Well, all right, y'all. I'm done. Let's see. We did $110 today. You know, for a day that we were uh, testing new things, I think it was helpful. It was helpful to understand how you were feeling in the trade, in the moment. Um, yeah, so I'm happy with it. It's something I'd like to continue to do. So, um, yeah, all right, everybody, have a good one.